Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you some projects with the new concentric ovals die set, and also I'm going to be using a lot of the smiley flowers die set as well. So first of all, I die cut the these ovals from white cardstock because I like to always create a base for my color cardstock, if that makes any sense. Of course, you could just emboss this, but for some reason I really like not just the way this looks, but also how easy this helps me with placing my color cardstock, and in this case actually it mostly will be pattern paper. I realized that I haven't used pattern paper in ages, and I actually recently bought a few small paper packs, so yeah, I wanted to use them. And what I wanted to say, first of all of these videos in the new release will be pretty short because I actually had to take all my stuff on holiday with me, and then I was working on holiday, but I just did all the die cutting and a lot of the gluing. So at home I would only need to record the part of the video where I put together the cards, or most of the cards, but a lot of the things that I usually film I did not this time because simply there were so many small pieces, as you can imagine, for all these cards that I just didn't want to lose anything. So I hope that makes sense, but I actually really loved die cutting on holiday. So the first one is just going to be very simple, but actually none of them are complicated. These are all 5 by 7 inch cards, and I'm just trying to figure out what I really want to do with the design. So first of all, this one I'm going to just glue down as is in the middle of the card base, and then I'm also adding a flower, and this one is the smallest flower in that set. And you might see that I added extra layers to everything. So and what I'm showing here, this set is a German sentiment set from, I think it was from the previous release or 2 releases before, and I had a lot of these already prepared, so I didn't want to bother with sentiments, and I just added the ones that actually matched in color. And then I'm using my green enamel dots. I think this was the Sage set, to add a little bit of extra something because it's quite simple. Now in this case, what is not shown here is that I use my scissors to fussy cut out the middle of these ovals. I didn't do that on the previous card, and now I'm adding some foam tape, just really like a 1 millimeter thickness, so not much. And I also added some color cardstock to the background, and now I'm going to add a bigger flower. And this sentiment comes from the new Flower Power sentiment die set, and I believe I layered together three layers of die cuts here so that they look like chipboard. And again, for the flower as well, 2 layers of the white and a layer of the mustard cardstock, and under that there's also a white die cut so that everything looks nice and dimensional. And I just like how sturdy this makes the cards. So I kind of figured that these sentiments look nice on the oval. They kind of follow the shape well. So I just kept them white so they stand out from the colorful background. And To be honest, I I mean, there was no rhyme or reason why I chose this design. I actually created this set to be able to create a like an elongated rainbow, and or like my husband thought this was a like a running track or race track. So if that's something you can use, then maybe that's also for that. Um, Either way, I just thought I would try to find different uses for it. And in this case, I thought something kind of like a Bauhaus style, with just playing with shapes and stuff. So I just cut it apart, and here I'm trying to find some cool ideas. And actually, there are some. This one I really liked, but the problem was that my card base wasn't wide enough, and I didn't really want to trim those shapes. I didn't feel like that would look good. So in the end, I settled on this one, and I am just using liquid glue to put this in place. And by the way, I wasn't planning to make so many cards with this, but since I had to die cut everything, no, well, I didn't have to, but I die cut every color, well, in six, like there's six ovals, right? And you really, it's easiest to die cut them all rather than cutting smaller shapes just for one color. So I had six sets, right? And I didn't want to waste anything. So in the end, I ended up using them all. And then I'm adding some enamel dots for little accents. And now I am going to create the rainbow that I was planning to do. And I was planning to planning to use the flowers as clouds, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted to add just two flowers or more. So I'm playing with it now, and then I'm going to settle on just the two, which was actually my original idea. So there's so many ways you could add this. I kind of liked a lot of the versions, but of course I had to decide on just one. And then again, I'm using one of those German sentiments. I think I had something like three that were different shades of green, which kind of matched my colors. Maybe it wouldn't have been the color or colors that I'd had chosen originally, but I mean, I already had these available. I didn't have to spend time on them, and they worked out just fine. And here I'm adding some foam tape to the clouds, or the flowers, and as you could see, I'm layering foam tapes on one side, on the right side, just so that the little flower clouds are different dimension. And I'm adding some red enamel dots, or in fact these were, I think, from the peach set, the darkest ones, but they look kind of red, so they match here. And then I'm going to show you more cards than I showed in the video, because they are the same as others basically. So here you can see it's a bigger flower than on the card that I showed before, but the whole thing is the same idea. And here I added choose love with the same sentiment, or from the same sentiment set, and I added some foam tape. But again, it's all the same shapes and ideas, so it's easy to follow, I think. And then I added some enamel dots on here as well for accents, and that's it. You see here the difference is the size of the flower. This is what I showed in the video, and the other one is just a larger flower. I hope I could put a smile on your faces with all these smiley faces. I really like how happy they make me. I really loved working on this release. yeah, I hope it will be bringing you the same kind of positive emotions as it did me. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you check out the other videos available on the channel today. Bye bye.